Welcome to week 6 of All 22 Tuesday, a collaboration between FirstDown PlayBook, the Coaching Coordinator Podcast, the Scouting Academy, and FNF Coaches. We're here to talk to you about some exciting plays we saw from this past week.
Hey, Keith. Yeah, great to be here again. And picked two pick sixes this week in the NFL. And it came to me a little bit after this watching and listening to college football and NFL. A lot of pick sixes over the two Saturday and Sunday day games. And so I wanted to pick out this one right here. This game, Green Bay and Tampa Bay, I expected it to be much closer. And started off 10-0 Green Bay. But this play right here, 3rd and 10, second quarter, 12:50 on the clock. You're sitting there with Rodgers on the left hash. And, we started understanding, I think, just how good this Tampa Bay defense is going to be. And he drops back. Once again, 3rd and 10. The thing that jumped out at me at this is a couple things. One is, we always talk about, getting to the sticks when you're on offense and making that play. Sometimes I think we're remiss in understanding that the defense understands that too. And I think this is just some form of maybe quarters and, outside leverage by number 35. I guess it's Jamel Dean. He's playing that thing. He's got his eyes on Rodgers the whole way. And, that's not a long throw for Aaron Rodgers. It's on the near hash. Now, it's an NFL hash mark, but he lets this bad boy go. And I think he knew as soon as it came out of his hands that was not a great idea. So let's take a look at the video. And, yeah. Tell me what you see here, Keith.
Yeah, well, I think from the setup of the play, we've seen this throw made by Rodgers, again and again. It's the throw he can make, right? The setup of the play, I think, is pretty good here in that, you see there's nobody underneath, right? The important thing anytime you're throwing an out route is that underneath defender, you need to do something to make sure that he doesn't get under that route. So you have that seam running there. So you see he's going there, but he's late. It doesn't matter by that time it's gone. But structurally, good setup of the play. I think it's just some outstanding technique here by this defender. And, again, just his starting leverage point, I think, is important here. He was outside leveraged. I think if he's inside even by a few, it's one of those things in the NFL. You only need a small window at that level of the game to make the throw. But he's in a position, just how he's playing his technique, that he can plant and drive right on that ball and do what he does here.
I heard people talking about it and said if he'd have run the go route, if Adams had run the go route, then Dean wouldn't have been on it. But you don't get to make that call after you make the call. I mean, it's not like the receiver goes out there and says, "I'm going to do this and do that," and the quarterback doesn't know. How did you coach this? I mean, another way of looking at it is Adams could have taken one more rotation, past the sticks. Did you always talk about – we always talked about coming back to the ball, making this out route negative, make sure that you weren't going to give this corner a chance to get underneath it. How did you coach that, Keith?
Yeah, the exact same way. And, I couldn't necessarily run this with every quarterback we had. We had quarterbacks where we could put this route in and throw that 10-yard out route like that. I mean, one of the biggest things you look for right away is what was the timing of the quarterback? Well, you see, Rodgers throws this one on the last step, ball is out. I think he's a little bit back on his heels, but this is a guy who, he's throwing a lot with his core anyway, so not too worried about that. But I think exactly what you're saying, Charlie, coming out of that with a slight downhill kind of back towards the ball, not as a comeback, but just with that part of the route heading back a little bit more down towards where the line of scrimmage is. Now, then that does cause an issue for you, as you said before. Maybe he needs to run that a little bit deeper if that's going to be the technique. But I think the biggest thing is how the corner plays it, right? I think he's in great position. And, a lot of teams will look at that and try to make a read post-snap. That's not going to convert to a go route based on where he's at.
No doubt.
So, I think a lot of things here that the defense is just doing right in this case, and probably just not the right decision to throw that ball.
I think you're right. I think we also found out that Tom Brady's not the only thing that people are going to have to worry about in Tampa this year. So, good football play.
Be sure to join us each week throughout the NFL season for All 22 Tuesday. All 22 Tuesday is brought to you by FirstDown Playbook, the #1 football playbook tool for coaches at all levels of football. Edit any of our 35,000 plays or draw your own from scratch. All plays come with detailed coaching points and player assignments for every position. Keith Grabowski is the host of Coach and Coordinator podcast. He interviews the most knowledgeable head coaches, coordinators, and position coaches from professional, college, and high school football. Keith and his guests discuss the philosophy, concepts, schemes, and strategies that they have learned throughout their careers. The Scouting Academy teaches you how to scout like a pro. Learn from NFL executives and coaches about the process of scouting from your home on your schedule. The Scouting Academy has 40 alumni with NFL opportunities and over 130 in college football. Friday Night Football Coaches is the platform for high school football coaches. FNF Coaches delivers content to the high school football coaching community through its website, print magazine, and other digital platforms. Links to all websites can be found in the description of this video. Thank you for joining us for this week's All 22 Tuesday, and we will see you next week.